$127 million to the families of those that died in the Parkland school shooting right here in Florida. Tonight, see why they're getting that money 4 years after tragedy.
Live from ABC 7, this is News at 6.
This is about saving lives.
17 lives were lost during the Parkland school shooting back in 2018. And now the families of those victims are getting $127 million because of it. Thanks for watching ABC 7. I'm Krista Fogelsong.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Butera. This is a settlement from a lawsuit against the FBI saying the feds failed to stop the gunman even though they had information that he was planning to shoot up the school.
Let's get you more. Manuel Oliver is here digging deeper into what this lawsuit means for the families and for violence in schools.
The families who lost someone in the massacre know the money from this settlement won't bring their loved ones back, but say this is just one more step in getting justice for what happened that day in Parkland.
This is about saving lives. There's no amount of money that in any way will replace my son.
Manuel Oliver was one of the 17 shot and killed in the Parkland massacre.
Since the last 4 years, since Joaquin was shut down, more than 200,000 people have died from gun violence. Anyone should be held accountable when it comes to gun violence and an administration that is allowing this to happen.
Being held accountable. That was the goal behind this new settlement between the FBI and the families still grieving.
Over the last few months, we really all, both the lawyers and the clients as well, had to kind of put our noses to the grindstone to figure out how do you allocate that to best compensate everybody for what they went through.
Wednesday, the U.S. Department of Justice reached a multi-million-dollar settlement over the FBI's failure to stop gunman Nikolas Cruz. About 5 weeks before February 14, 2018, the FBI tip line received a call saying Cruz had bought guns and planned to, quote, slip into a school and start shooting the place up.
The hope is that by holding the people whose failures allowed it to happen, obviously you've got the bad guy whose name we won't even speak, but there's a reason why we have national law enforcement. When national law enforcement gets specific tips and chooses not to follow up on them, they bear some of that responsibility.
Attorney Todd Michaels, who represents the Oliver family in this case, tells me the motivation for an agreement was with the hope of making mass shootings shocking again.
If we can just do what we can to ensure that everybody does their job, we can prevent the next tragedy from happening.
Nikolas Cruz pleaded guilty to 17 counts of first-degree murder last October. Cruz will either receive a death sentence or life behind bars after a penalty trial scheduled in April. Live in the studio, Manuel Oliver, ABC 7.